Hello. Right. It's our analysing a text today. Monday's reading, as we always like to kick off the week. So just a little reminder that here's how we analyse. So simply read it, enjoy it, don't worry about any questions or anything like that. Step two is then clarify the text and make any notes. Um, as we're at home at the moment, a lot of you are doing this in different ways. The main thing I do want to say is if you find a word you don't know, well, go find out. Okay, dictionaries. You can use Google. Find out the definitions to the words you don't know. I understand a phrase you might not understand, but if you've got an individual word that you're not sure of, go find out, and it will help. And then obviously read through it again and see if you understand it a bit more. So, without further ado, here is our text for today and Thursday. It's called Kandara's Gift. So I'm going to start. I'll read this first bit up here. Kandara's Gift is the first book in a fantasy trilogy set in the magical kingdom of gems. So we had a look at some fantasy texts last week as well. Very like magical places, mysterious, fantasy. So the genre is staying the same, but the skill may be different this week. The kingdom has enjoyed more than 500 years of peace and happiness, but all this comes to an end when a menacing figure slips into the kingdom under the cover of darkness. So, we'll start. The tall figure, obviously we're here, the tall figure approached the woods with powerful strides. Just behind him, held on a metal chain which he shook every so often to keep it moving, was a great creature. As the dark cloaked man and creature moved, the plants nearby withered, their leaves falling to the dying grass, and flowers, so bright and beautiful the day before, drooped as if touched by invisible poisonous vapours. Close by, and high up in an oak tree, perched a snowy owl called Duke. Now this symbol here sometimes means that they've just missed a few sentences. Duke was meant to be watching. He was always particularly vigilant during night time, as it was his job to guard the kingdom. But tonight, however, he had slipped into a deep and absorbing slumber, leaving the kingdom unprotected and open to intruders. We're here. The wild wind whistled and sighed through the trees. It swept across the kingdom from the west like a curtain drawn at the end of a day. Ooh! And now it persisted deep into the night, swirling across the whole kingdom with a groaning presence. It seemed to herald the arrival of something unusual, bleak and unwelcome, something that forewarned of danger. In spite of this howling wind, however, Duke slept soundly, and so did every creature in the kingdom of gems. Even the nocturnal animals were sleeping, which was strange, because during the dark hours of the night they were usually busy. Then, as the dawn approached, the air seemed to grow weary of its swirling movements, and the driving wind collapsed, like an exhausted wild animal that finally runs out of energy. But this was not a peaceful stilling. It was as if the air grew too heavy to be in motion any more, too thick to stir, and its dreadful weight fell upon the land. The utter stillness that filled the kingdom seeped into the very earth that was brooding expectant atmosphere. It's a powerful paragraph we've got here. We're here now. The whole kingdom seemed to be wrapped in a weighty darkness, grave and intense, that waited the arrival of something uninvited and unwanted. Jug, was still absorbed in a deep sleep. Then a rustling sound, at first distant in the still air, but soon growing louder, broke the heavy silence. The shadowy figure, with the great creature following, was moving into the woodlands, and striding steadily over the spongy, leaf-strewn earth. Jug did not hear these approaching footsteps. He did not feel the strange, sinister chill that had suddenly filled the air. He did not see the dark-cloaked figure far below him cross the border and enter the kingdom. A troubler had arrived. Dun, dun, dun. This is an extract, abridged means slightly shorter, from Kandara's Gift by Jasper Cooper. Ah, Cooper, good writer. So, there is some powerful stuff going on there. If we were in school and we had our anthologies, this is a great example of why we don't just throw them away when we're done. We keep hold of our anthologies because in here there is some incredible language and vocabulary that we could steal for ourselves. So, you know the drill now. Either on a piece of paper, write down questions and words you're unsure of, write down things that you really liked, write down some questions. Who is this person? What's the creature? Instantly, I've got, in this one here, who is it? What on earth is it? What's the creature? Why is an owl guarding? Why not? Why not a human? I'm getting better at writing on this tablet. There's a storm brewing. Now that always means bad news, doesn't it? That's bad news. We've always said that when we're writing ourselves, or when you watch a film, the weather tells the audience or the reader how to kind of feel and predict what's going to potentially happen. I've got, why is it called? Ooh, why is it called Kingdom? Why is it called this Kingdom of Gems? Have we got gems locked away? Are they magical? Don't know. We might not know the word nocturnal, but it does explain it on the next page. They sleep during the dark hours. Instantly, why is everything asleep then? Something bad must have happened. In here, we might have some words we're not sure of. I have to say, I absolutely love. I don't know. I think I love all of this. The air grew too heavy, and its dreadful weight fell upon the land. The fact that you even just put the word dreadful weight, the utter stillness that filled the kingdom seeped into the earth. That's such a good paragraph. I would personally write some of this down to keep. I think when we get back to school, we're finding this text and we're going to underline some of this because this stuff is great to use in a setting. Okay, you imagine A Christmas Carol or that house that we wrote about, or even the poem that we've just been looking at. Any of that in there would have made it incredible. There's no doubt some words in here you don't know. So, like I say, I can't go through all of them now. Go find out what they mean. Maybe things like seeping, brooding is on our vocabulary wall at school. Expectant atmosphere. We've got the word expect. If you expect something, you know it's coming. So I look forward to seeing a lot. I think there's a lot you can jot down on here. So I expect to see lots of vocabulary that you like and language that you like. I'm expecting to see quite a lot of words you maybe don't know. And on your work, we're used to this now. This is what, the fourth week of home learning. You know, write a word, write it down, and give me what it means. Okay, here's the word. Here's what it means. Okay, do that extra bit of work, and it will be easier later on in the week. You'll understand the story more. Just saying I don't know what this word means doesn't help. Okay, so oh yeah, I forgot sinister chill. That's a good one as well. There's such good stuff in here. Right, I'm going to stop there, and I look forward to seeing your own annotations and your thoughts on this text.